Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Secondary Heroes podcast. It's time for Secondary Shorts, our weekly check on what we're watching and what's trending in pop culture. It's September 18th, 2020, and this is your host, Trevor. Joining me, as usual, is...
Hey, guys, it's Prague.
Is Josh?
I'm back, baby. It's DeLorean Wolfgang.
He brought the baby back, baby.
Oh, we're not talking babies anymore.
Okay, no more babies this week.
That kid is taking up so much of my time.
But it's giving you a chance to watch a lot of stuff. So let's talk about that. What have you been up to this week, guys?
Yeah. Should I start? Who's starting on this?
We're watching football, right? Is there anything else?
Let's start with football.
What's going on right now, right?
I think they got rid of all the shows and just said, screw it, there's football.
Yeah, when you have football back, everyone's like, oh, stop what you're doing.
I hyped my entire season up with football.
Yeah, man.
How's that going for you, Alex? How was that first week of Bucks football for you?
Bucks football? I will say, every time that Tom Brady has lost his first game, he's won the Super Bowl. So, and the Buccaneers lost to New Orleans the year that they went to the Super Bowl as well. So, I'm still easy going on this.
Cool.
I don't know. I think the Bucks stop here. That's my guess.
I mean, whatever you.
But here's how much of a fan I am of the Bucks. I didn't
That
because
is
I had
what
the
you
kid.
called
Everything because I had the kid, and because all I want to do is just watch the Bucks. I don't want to worry about fantasy football. I decided I'm doing no fantasy football this year, except my buddy texted me and he's begging me to join his football league. So I was like, screw it. I'll join the football league. So all I did was I drafted every Buccaneer player. So all I'm doing is rooting for the Bucks all year long.
Well, you just put you in the L.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm the easy loss because I definitely lost this week. Thanks, Gronk, for getting me 2 points. Everybody else got me actually pretty decent. Oh, Mike Evans got me maybe 6. Thank you.
At least the Rams won. They got to christen their new stadium as a mausoleum of the past.
Right?
Super eerie.
It's your new graveyard.
The inside of that stadium doesn't look as cool and high tech as I was expecting. I don't know. I watched this show called Super Stadiums.
Fans there.
Oh, okay. That's. What about you, Josh? How was your Cowboys?
Oh man. It was very disappointing. I was very hopeful for a little while. I felt like they should have kicked the field goal to tie it, but.
So you're not Super Bowl bound?
No, we're Super Bowl bound. Just wasn't. It was an impressive first game, but hey, I mean that's what it goes. You have a new coach, so you got to get used to a new system. But I mean that's.
You have the same offensive coordinator. They have no excuses. They're overrated and they suck.
Yeah, the defense was not all that great too. So I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you don't have a preseason game. You don't know what to expect.
Exactly.
It seemed like football snuck up on people. Like, oh, they're playing.
I was like, oh my god, yeah. It's like what?
Well, it's kind of a surprise. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I'm not too upset about the first loss. Is I'm sitting there thinking we're playing against one of the best teams, and yeah, we lost.
One of the best regular season teams.
Well, and we've never this team that I've got has never played together ever. Like they played a couple practices, and that's about it. There's been no preseason. There's nothing. So I'm not that upset. My prediction is still that the Buccaneers are going to win the division.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to Prague's 49ers for stepping up and showing their true colors. Mm-hmm. Last year was a fluke.
Last year was a big fluke, yeah. That or they just stopped caring. I don't know. I'm glad I stopped caring. That helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
That helps a lot. Oh my god. I was like, So congrats to the Rams.
Other than football, what are you guys watching?
Anyone want to go first? Or does it should be me?
I'll go first. That's
all right.
Okay.
Sure.
Just get the ball rolling or the wheels rolling. I've been playing Tony Hawk.
Oh, the wheels, yes.
Yes.
Those
so
wheels.
it's been a great flashback to the past. You know, sometimes with nostalgic games, you kind of you get tired after the first hour or even
No,
50
don't
minutes.
say that because I just bought the collector's edition.
Let him finish.
Okay.
But it's different with this one. It is very different.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alex, who's talking right now?
Well, no, because you just.
Who's talking right now?
Oh.
This is what happens when Alex isn't here for 1 week.
One week, dude, and I miss
So
talking.
much for the
Philip.
suspense. Yeah.
I don't know. It was more of a suspense for me now. That was so much more of a build-up. I love it.
No, I like it. It's nostalgic, but also too it feels new still to me. Just because I hadn't played in such a long time because I don't have a PlayStation, and well, I do have an old PlayStation, but I don't have the game. It's all scratched up, so it was good to go back to playing that game. And the great thing is that I'm just on the first game, and I'm taking my time trying to do all the tasks. So then once I get through that one, I have the second one to play. So then it's so much fun, and you're gonna enjoy it, Alex.
Yes. Oh,
it's a lot of
I'm
fun.
so excited. I actually just got the email saying that your collector's edition Tony Hawk is on its way.
There you go. Oh, you're gonna love the board too.
And by the way, thank you so much for sending me that link.
Oh, you're welcome.
I thought that they were all sold out. So
And they were. It just randomly pop up, and I was just looking around. I think I went to
Who
In
knows?
Stock Now, and I saw, oh, GameStop has it. Let me send that to Alex. And I'm glad.
my hope was Tony Hawk would see my tweet and go, "Oh, hey, I've got an extra one. You want it?"
I feel bad for this kid. Let me send him a copy.
Yeah, this little 12-year-old on
The signed
Twitter.
copy.
Oh. Well, he's in San Diego. I could have just said, "Hey, man, I'll come pick it up. Just give me that address."
Oh, he would make you do a kickflip or something for it, though.
Ugh. Oh, that's gonna.
Imagine if he did, and you're like, you just fail right in his face.
I would have tried. Dude. That's like the only trick that I've never been able to land. I
That's
can
why you-
land next to no tricks, and that's
Yep.
one of them.
That's why you always ask people to do that. So it's not easy. Very nice. Well, I'm excited for that too. I'll probably get that after I've finished Breath of the Wild for a second time. So
Yeah, and it's a good
Very
price.
nice.
I think it's what, $40, so it's not the regular $60 that you see a lot of games. So
Well,
good-
and
good
if you
bargain.
do get the collector's edition that comes with the Tony Hawk skateboard decks alone are $100. So you're getting a video game and a deck, which is awesome. I plan on hanging it up next to my M Bison deck that's right here. So
nice.
yeah.
So before we do transition out, I do want to continue the video game idea just because Sony officially announced the PS5 this week, and it's relatively the same as the Xbox. They're both going to go with the $499 price for the disc version. Then they have different digital versions, but everyone, of course, has to make a big deal of what platform is mine or whatever the case. I really could care less. I'm old enough that I'll just buy all the consoles. Ooh, that was tough. But right?
I have money, so I'm just gonna buy them all.
maybe if I
Don't have a
yeah,
child.
if I didn't have any money, then yeah, I'd be jumping back and forth. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know what the discussion is. I'm gonna just get both of them. I'm gonna make myself happy that way. So
Yeah.
I think part of it is just that people have bought into it, that like what's that word that people use now? The
Ecosystem.
ecosystem, right? Like that's your thing. Like you have your gamer tag there. That's where everything is. That's what I have. That's all the components that I have. Whatever. So I think people are just loyal in that respect. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. I don't get it either.
Yeah, because like the first party titles are always going to be relatively interesting. Like there's going to be a new God of War game, and there's that
Sure.
Miles Morales version of Spider-Man, all that cool stuff. But
yeah.
the game they announced this week that is going to be not first party is Hogwarts Legacy, and I just wanted to bring it up because it has the fun distinction of being announced the week that J.K. Rowling decided to double down on her current stance with everything and release a book that furthers her Views that she's posted on Twitter over the past year. It's very, very fun. But I'm not here to talk about that. That's not me. This isn't this podcast. But it makes you wonder. All these people are like, oh, I'm going to boycott this game, or I'm not going to enjoy Harry Potter. I'm burning the books, or I don't want to fund whatever she does. But then
Right.
it's the whole idea. How do you separate the artist from the art? Say you disagree with whatever the artist is, whatever they're actors or actual artists, they're musicians, you think they're despicable people, but you really enjoy their thing. I'm super excited for Hogwarts Legacy. I do not really care what like J.K. Rowling said. Hogwarts Legacy looks like a game that I've wanted to play since I've read the books, and it seems like they finally have the engines to be able to pull off bringing the Wizarding World to life that's not going to be replicated at Universal Studios or something, because the magic actually works. They
Looks
can't
right.
have
Yeah.
stones fly around the scene at Universal Studios, and you get to play this game fully. And so it then got into the idea that I watched The Good Place season 3. And so by the time we get through season 3, it gets into the fun philosophical discussions of the distinction of era. So in 1541, there's this guy, he gets some roses and he gives it to his mom, and it's worth 40 points on their Good Place scale.
Right.
Now, today, a guy does the same thing. He gets some roses, he gives it to his mom, but it's worth 4 points. Why is it 36 points less? It's the same action. Well, it turns out when you get those roses, the vase they come in were made with child labor and sweatshop labor. The CEO of the florist company actually was sending sexting pics to his secretaries. The transportation of the roses from where they grew them to the place emits all this carbon into the atmosphere, and it's climate change. And so all these things that have good intentions are completely gone. So it ties back into the thing of, do you want to just enjoy this new game that came out? Or do you want to worry about all that went into the sausage to make it? And we have so many decisions like that it's tough to live a good life now just because there's so many unintended consequences for whatever actions you actually perform. So
Yep.
You guys got
Good Place is good stuff.
Alex, where have you been, buddy?
Man, 2 weeks gone, and
Well,
you guys got real intelligent.
Adding to what you're saying, though, Trevor, I believe it was GameSpot. They tweeted today that the developers of that Hogwarts game had no direct, ideas or influence from J.K. Rowling in regarding this. So, like, no direct conversation on how to create it. They just did it on their own. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because people are going to take that direction, say, oh, we don't want to get the backlash towards our game,
Right.
so we're going to put that out so we can go along smoothly with it.
Well, I also think that people need to realize that all these entities are produced by thousands of people. It's not just the one person. Don't, not like help these people out there doing great things just because one person happens to think a different way or say something stupid or be a bad person, whatever the case may be. It's not that easy. I wish it was that easy. Then you'd be like, sure, I'm just going to disregard that. Also, the heart wants what the heart wants. If you like something, you fell in love with it, you're going to continue to like it. I'm not going to stop liking something, a piece of art or whatever, just because the person who created it ended up being a bad person or doing a bad thing. I don't know. It's a discussion for another time that we can talk about.
Maybe a longer, full episode podcast.
Yeah, that sounds like a full episode, because there's a lot of restaurants that I won't go into
if we keep talking about it.
See, there you go.
But watch The Good Place is my takeaway, and I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy probably on my PS5. I'm sorry that, we're not even talking about how the PS5 is made, and that's a whole conundrum in itself. But regardless.
It's a rabbit hole for sure, and I'll be playing it too at some point because it looks fantastic.
Oh, well, whenever you guys end up getting your PS5s, please sell me your Switches for half the price, and I'd be glad to pay it.
Oh, nice. I'll be about 10 years from now. But yes, in 10 years from now, I probably will. Because that's when I'll be able to afford one.
I'm still the only one without one. I wonder if Tony Hawk was going to come out on the Switch. That'd be really fun. Anyways, sorry.
You never know. Yeah, it could be. Anyways,
So,
what about you, Alex?
Myself, I've actually been watching a lot of TV. I suppose I'll just get into it now. The Social Dilemma. I watched that. I see that's behind Prague here. Watch The Social Dilemma, and my God, I want to get off of social media right meow. After watching that, dude, to see these experts who created all this stuff and what they know and what they explain in this little documentary blows my mind. I mean, here's the thing. It reaffirms everything that we've all kind of known. They just go in depth on all of that stuff, and it's way more scary listening to them talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that there's some validity to what a lot of people have been talking about for many years. Like this is something that's not necessarily new to all of us, but yeah, it's nice to hear the people that created these algorithms and these systems and saying, yeah, this is what is really happening. And unfortunately, they opened Pandora's box and you can't close that box. So I'm not too sure what we can do about this. It's scary. It's a scary documentary. It's not something that's terribly new to me. I will say that as the documentary itself, it's not like the best documentary in the world.
But
it's
the
poorly made, in my
information
opinion. But the
behind-
information is, it's pretty
But the
scary and pretty
information
crazy.
behind it is pretty interesting. I think
Sure.
the scariest part, and I don't think this is a spoiler at all, but I think that one of the scariest parts is that one of the scientists is pretty much like, the demise of the humankind is going to be because of social media.
Yeah.
And that's blows my mind thinking, from everything that they've told me, I could see this happening, and now I'm totally terrified.
Well, when you see entire nations implode because of it.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways,
It's scary, sure.
I highly suggest watching The Social Dilemma because, well, actually, no, we need all the Twitter likes and follows. So please,
Of course. Yeah, subscribe, like, retweet.
yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell.
And one thing I will also note about this documentary is I did not care for the after-school special that they sprinkled in throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, that was a little silly. They didn't need to add all of that. They could have just kept it as a normal documentary, and they didn't need that extra bit.
Yeah, it was a half an hour of bloat with poor acting and just like over the top kind of, I don't know. It was really bad.
It was. Yes.
So that was one of the reasons, like, it was tough to get through as a documentary for me. I was like, all right, just get to the scary parts and scare me and let's get on.
I don't know. The scary parts pretty much came at the beginning and lasted throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, but I had to sit through those cringy moments. But anyways, that was my take on it.
Is it on Netflix?
It is on Netflix.
It's on Netflix right now.
I mean,
and I think it's only like maybe an hour and 15 minutes or something. It's not a long documentary, but it'll keep your attention the whole time.
It feels like it just builds into that idea of that Black Mirror episode with Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Similar, yeah. I will say, that's
a better thing to watch. Watch that instead of this.
As I was watching the documentary, I'm sitting, and my wife was like, "Oh yeah, this seems interesting," and so she sits down. She was on her phone the entire time the documentary, and I was like, "Stacy, are you paying attention to anything that's on this?"
Yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing.
There you go.
And actually, just a really quick jumping back into sports, the Lightning are now going to Stanley Cup playoffs. They're in the Stanley Cup. No, they're in this finals. Finals. Okay. Yes, they just won. Yes. Go Lightning.
Honestly,
okay.
Hockey's still happening?
On.
I know. I had no idea.
Hockey's definitely the most under the radar of the sports that came back.
Dude, I've been watching nothing but hockey. It's been fantastic.
Actually,
nice.
hockey's been going on during the pandemic and nobody knew about it.
Yeah. they never even took a break.
Full stadiums and everything. It's going crazy down there. Like, what? What? Well, you know, ice kills COVID, right? So
yeah.
Fine. Cold.
Hey, same with the summer sun. So
and the ash, everything is by design.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're good.
Hey, Josh, are you watching any other TV?
So besides Flash, like I mentioned last week, still going through that. I think I'm on episode 5 of the latest season.
Okay.
But other than that, I couldn't wait any longer. Had to start watching The Boys, and it is pretty good.
Oh my God, this is a good season.
I went through the first 2 episodes, and I'm liking it. Beyond that, I don't. I really
so you haven't gotten to the crazy stuff. Okay, cool.
Oh, not yet. I know. I'm waiting. Like, oh, okay. Proxit after 3, 3 is crazy. So I'm like, okay.
4 is also very good.
4 was hard to watch.
Man.
What?
In a good way. No,
in a good way. Okay.
It was like,
oh my God, yeah. Yeah. But
I like
anyways,
awesome.
Yeah.
Those reactions are so much better than spoilers. Just like, oh.
I hate that I've missed the past couple of weeks, man. This is so much fun talking to you guys.
And so there's a couple other news pieces revolving around Disney Plus. The first is that Mandalorian trailer was revealed. It showed hardly anything, but October 30th, we get more of that fun action, and hopefully all those other rumors are just rumors. I don't know.
What's the other rumors? I don't even know what the other rumors are.
That's okay. We're not a controversial podcast, so we'll stay away from other stuff for now.
But we're an informative podcast. Inform me. Never mind. I'll just look it up and try to read.
Well, yeah, just Gino Caro and Rosario Dawson are joining the J.K. Rowling bandwagon.
Yes, we'll keep it at that. So you know what JK, what she's involved in, you'll know what they're involved in.
Okay, I'll look it all up.
But then
Okay.
also, Tatiana Maslany was named to be She-Hulk.
Yes.
That's pretty cool because we haven't gotten a Marvel show yet on Disney Plus, but the hype is getting real that Falcon and Winter Soldier's coming soon. WandaVision's supposedly going to launch in 2020 and not be all the way till 2021. And now we have an actual She-Hulk. So
I'm excited. I love She-Hulk as a character. So it'd be great. Great casting choice. I'm excited. It's not Brie Larson. That's okay.
Watch Orphan Black. It's on Amazon Prime. Watch it if you've never heard of it, never seen it. It's an amazing show.
Yeah,
I have one more show that I've watched that I watched from start to beginning pretty much in one day. If you're looking for a very feel-good, just warms your heart, but extremely cringy at the same time, Love on a Spectrum. Or Love on the Spectrum.
The Spectrum, yes. I saw the trailer for
people
that.
talk about that.
Honestly, it warms my heart. I love every character. It's a reality show about people on the spectrum who go on dates.
Nice.
And oh my God, but it's when they actually go on their dates.
Sure.
Why are you guys?
Frog's like, nah, I could pass on that.
Right?
I'll check it out, Alex.
Check it out, dude. If you're looking for something that's just going to warm your heart and you just need some time to pass, there you go. Love on a Spectrum.
Yeah.
On the Spectrum.
Yes.
Cool. Is that everything for our shorts for September 18th?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to do another shut up, but I can save it for another week. So I think we're good.
There's always more weeks.
There's a lot more weeks.
Hopefully.
Well, hold on.
Hopefully.
World's going to end.
Fingers crossed.
Cool.
You have a podcast spotlight?
Oh, yes. Let's do some podcast stuff. There's a brand new podcast out there right now called Zach to the Future, which is the guy who plays Zach Morris. He goes episode through episode of Saved by the Bell with one of the writers of Funny or Die. And they pretty much just make fun of it, and he tells a little inside stuff. But it's pretty good so far. I feel like we could almost get them as a guest on our podcast. Like I'm thinking about trying to reach out to them, but I think that they would be fun. But Zach to the Future, I was actually drawn to it because of the name, and then drawn into it because it's all about
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
So you say it's all right,
cool.
huh?
Yeah.
It's all right. Sorry.
That is a totally different song for a different show.
There you go.
Because that's not the song.
Saved by the Bell. I was singing the Saved by the Bell theme
Was that the
song.
same? I thought you were singing the Gopher song.
What the hell is the Gopher song?
It was definitely the Caddyshack song.
You were singing the Caddyshack song, dude.
No, it wasn't. It's all
Yeah,
right because I'm saved by the it's
You were
all
singing the
Oh.
Caddyshack song.
It sounded like the Caddyshack. Thank you, Trevor, for backing me up on that.
Oh man, all of our listeners are gonna be like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
All of our
Who
listeners,
knows?
all of our 6 listeners are going, these guys are pretty
What
funny.
is going on?
Be sure to follow at Secondary Heroes on all that horrible social media that's going to destroy humanity. To everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time.
Prog out.
See ya.
Lauren Wolfgang, roll out.